Today we're hiking 4 miles through snow and avalanche zones to camp next to a frozen alpine lake. I'm bringing my hot tent with me, so I'll be processing firewood, cooking my dinner on the wood stove, and trying to stay warm and cozy during a winter storm.
We're back out here. This is the inaugural first winter trip of the season. It's also the inaugural hot tent trip of the season, which always goes pretty poorly because I forget all the tricks that I learned the previous season. I just have to relearn them, but it's part of the process. I just completely housed 2 Popeye sandwiches in like 3 minutes right before starting this, and I feel awful. And I think it was a mistake, but I'm just gonna keep going because I'm not about to sit around until I feel better, because I don't know when that'll be. Just live with this mistake. So I literally pretty much just started this, and there's snow pretty consistently along the trail, which is a good sign that there's gonna be snow up at the top. I think I have about 4 miles of hiking until I get to a mountain lake that's sandwiched between 2 peaks. It's like just above freezing down here, so up there it's probably gonna be low 20s. I can check the weather on one of the peaks that's up there, and it's gonna be in the teens tonight, so I can only imagine the lake underneath is gonna be slightly a bit warmer. Oh, here we go. Every single time I put on my puffy, because I'm cold when I start, and immediately after start sweating. So took the puffy off, feel a lot better. So my car is the only one in the parking lot for this trailhead, so I can't imagine I'm gonna see anybody else at all. Also, people don't usually come out when there's really like any snow, and I don't think this trail is known for its backpacking. I think it's just like a day hike pretty much. So I don't expect to see anybody, which is nice. So I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it is considerably darker. It's like twilighty. Now granted, we are in Washington State and it's December, so the sun sets at like 4, but it's only noon. It shouldn't be this dark. It's noon now, sunset's at like 4, and sunrise is at like 8 a.m. So a lot of darkness out here, but it doesn't really matter. My plan is to just be inside the hot tent, get nice and cozy, drink some tea, listen to an audiobook because I'm illiterate, can't read, just kind of chill out in the middle of nowhere. So I don't really need that much sun for that. I think I'll be getting to camp at like 2 or 2:30. It doesn't leave that much time to set up camp and like process firewood and everything, but should be enough. I don't plan on having the stove running all night, so I don't need 12 hours of firewood. I just need a few hours. It's been a while since I've done just like a backpacking trip. I was interviewing for jobs and got busy with current job, and then I start a new job. It started snowing, and my girlfriend likes skiing more than she does winter camping, so we go skiing on weekends. So it's hard to actually just like get out, but here we are, and I'm gonna make the most of this. Got a couple upgrades this winter season, one of which got new winter hiking boots. My summer hiking boots are awesome, and they say that they're waterproof. They're not waterproof at all. And those are what I've been using for literally everything. So when I go on something like this, 3 steps in, my socks are soaking wet because the boots are wet. So I got actual waterproof snow hiking boots. Super warm, super comfortable, super waterproof. Watch. Completely fine. Ooh, pretty. So there is one caveat to this trip, is if it's looking like Avi City, I don't think I'm gonna stay the night, because it's just me. If I get covered in the middle of the night by an avalanche, pretty sure I'm screwed. I don't think that's gonna be the case, going off of reports and snowfall and all that, but I don't know, you just gotta get there and see. We're in that weird season of it snows a bunch, but there's not like a constant temperature to keep it frozen. So it'll snow a bunch and then melt. So all these rivers and creeks, they're just rushing with water right now. Just been cruising along. Not much has been happening, but we just hit like a switchbacky portion. So in the snow, it kind of sucks, but it's doable. I think at this point I'm halfway there, 2 miles in, and it is just the steep portion. I'm still not feeling 100% from wolfing down those 2 sandwiches. I don't really know why I did that, but I'm definitely paying the price. If you're about to go on a steep hike in snow, don't eat until you're sick. It's all a learning experience. I assume the lake is going to be frozen over, but I don't know for sure. But also if it is, I'm going to have to melt snow for water, which is fine. It just takes a while. The snow's getting less densely packed. It's more slippery. It's still not microspikes territory yet, but I have a feeling I might put them on before I get to the top. It's like 1 p.m., maybe a little after, and the amount of diminishing sunlight is kind of giving me anxiety. So I know I have time, but maybe the mountains play a role in that. Like sunset at the lake is actually 2:30 or something. There's a breeze that keeps coming in now. It's just so peaceful. It's also really cold. Doing another switchback here. I think there's a couple more switchbacks and then it kind of levels out and you come into like the basin of the lake. So getting close. Man, I mean, you can see my hair. It's like soaking wet. I'm sweating, but anytime I stop, it's just freezing. Part of the fun of winter hiking, temperature regulation. That looks cool. Oh, that looks so cool. The snow's definitely getting deeper. I think I'm reaching a point where there was fresh snow that people haven't packed down yet. It's not nearly as packed as it was, putting in like double the effort. This is the first like avalanche zone I've come across. It's not even that bad yet, but I hope it's the only one. It'd be nice if I had poles to make it across this. It looks fine though. Let's just hope I make it. Oh no. Man, it was totally fine until right now. I did say I was really warm and sweating. That cooled me down real fast. Man, this is ridiculous. Oh boy. Took me 4 minutes to cross that. Got another exposed part, but for some reason this one doesn't look as bad at all. And another one. So this is like the final approach, the final descent into the lake basin, which is just over there beyond the trees. I just keep post holing. I was debating bringing snowshoes, and I mean, I'm glad I didn't because I only need them for like this last 3/4 of a mile, but okay, we are very close. I'll probably shut up until get to the lake. Made it. Oh my god, it is so bitterly windy cold. I might have to set up away from the water just so the wind isn't killing me. Oh my god, it's constant. Ooh. Yeah, that might be the move, sadly. I wanted to be like next to the water just for, you know, the aesthetic, but it's gonna be blowing my tent. I don't think I need that. This is cool though, the entire lake is frozen except for this small little area right here, which is perfect. I can get water so easily. I'm gonna try to find a good place to set up. Probably back a little ways, but do what you gotta do. Wow. It's gonna be like 13 degrees up there tonight, I know that. You can see the frozen waterfalls. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay, so again, not as much snow as I thought, but I'm still sunk up to my knees. I wasn't even touching the bottom, it's just where I stopped. I don't know, it's probably a good 2 feet out here. Where am I gonna set up? Honestly, I think I might do it like on the trail. I don't think anybody's coming. Like back there, that'd be cool. Yeah, this is nice and open. I might do here. Just gotta look for widowmakers, which are trees that would just like fall and kill me. Not that I'm married, so, you know, I can't call it a widowmaker. Seems good enough. I'll try it out. So back here, there's still a lot of wind coming off the lake, but it's nowhere near as bad as right up on the lake, so I think this will work out. Yeah, it's chilly. Okay, I'm gonna take a second to warm up, and then the sunlight is not on my side. The snow's fairly deep right here. That's pretty deep. So yes, I was complaining about weight. And yes, I did bring 2 tall boy ciders. Just let me complain. So, put those in the fridge for now, and stamp down some snow. See about getting a tent up. Hello. You trying to see what's up? Oh. Hi. What are you looking for? This bird saw me stepping around in the snow and he's just checking me out. I wonder if he like has something under the snow or something. He's like trying to defend it, or if he's just curious. I have no idea. Okay, I did some good stompies right here. One of the negatives of this tent is that its footprint is massive, so I gotta clear out a massive amount of space just to make sure I can set up the tent comfortably. Might try setting it up soon. The wind is insane. I got 2 stakes into the wind, so hopefully the rest will be a little bit more manageable, but I think a storm's coming. It was like 50-50 on if it was gonna snow or not. Definitely feels like a storm is inbound, so we'll see how that goes. Cheers. Ooh, ice cold. Ooh. Got to break for a second just so my hands don't go numb. And I also need to send an inReach message. Too much tree cover over there, so I'm gonna go to the lake and see if it sends there. Oh, and you got the clouds moving over into the lake basin. They're coming down. That's not good. You can just see the clouds seeping over the mountains and down into the valley. Well, get that tent up first, huh? That's important. The wind's gonna be a problem. Okay, well, it's definitely getting dark. Got the tent set up, kind of lopsided, but it is what it is. I guide out into the wind, so hopefully the wind won't screw me over in the middle of the night. Gonna throw some snow around the edges. See about getting some firewood with what little daylight I have left. And set up the stove. Got my sleeping pads and bag set up. I have a foam pad and then my stupid R value. It's like a 9.8 R value or something. Inflatable. And then I have a new sleeping bag I'm trying out. This is a Feathered Friends 0 degree bag. I'm very excited to be in this. I think it's time to set up the stove and then look about getting some wood. So this is legitimately a backpacking stove. So it comes in 6 pieces and they just kind of like slide into each other. There are these poles that go through that give it the stand. The little peg just goes through all 4 holes. Then you set up the stove through the stovepipe, then you're cooking. But this thing, like, it's made for backpacking. I think the stove itself weighs like less than 3 pounds. And then the tent is like 2 pounds, so like the whole thing is 5 pounds ish. It's pretty cool. I mean, you sacrifice usability for the weight, so it is kind of a pain to set up, but once it's set up, it's pretty good to go. Jeez, it's getting so dark. Okay, I'm gonna hurry. So this is the stovepipe all rolled up. So when I unroll it, it just assumes the shape of the stovepipe. That was extremely loud. Bam. Stovepipe. It's getting too dark to see, but stove is set up. Stovepipe's in. It's 4 o'clock now. I give it 30 minutes until it's like pretty dark. So put 30 minutes on the clock and see how much wood I can get. I found some standing dead wood. Got that. There's this dead piece of whatever right here. I don't know why they cut it. Just trying to get what I can before it gets impossibly dark. Oh, it's super dry. I'm gonna process what I have. Hopefully that's enough to, you know, cook dinner and just warm up the tent a little bit. It has gotten very dark. I haven't processed that much firewood. Just gonna keep doing this until, I don't know, I get too tired, I guess. Yeah, so the inside is super dry. So just batoning it with my knife, get it real small. It'll be small enough to catch. And from there you can start throwing in some bigger stuff. Kindling, some firewood, some extra. I guess I'll cut it up if I have to. The thing about this stove is that you don't really need much to get it going. It's also like super small. I think I have enough to cook dinner and then boil some tea. That's really all I wanted. Yeah, I think I'll move the party inside and get the fire going, make dinner, and then listen to some books, some podcasts, just chill. That's the whole reason I'm here, is just to get away from stuff and chill. It recently just started like sleeting. It's not rain, it's not snow. I don't know what it is. It's probably sleet. That may or may not ruin my night. Okay, it's currently sleeting. I'll try to get this fire going. This is where the thin stuff comes into play. It's starting to catch. It's just a patience game at this point. Once this starts going, I brought bratwurst that I'm gonna cook up. The kindling that I did make, it got sleeted on before I could bring it into the tent. So it's all a little wet. So it's taken a while to actually get going. It's just part of the process. So what you do, you put your other wood on top of the stove so that the heat kind of evaporates the moisture out to make it drier. So I got 2 bratwursts. Gonna cook them up on top of the stove. Mustard and mayo too, so put those on the buns, which are pretty frozen right now. That'll be dinner. So I got some oil. Oh, baby, we cooking. Okay, so I kind of broke it up into a lot of different chunks So I'm gonna slap that on a bun and serve it up. Ooh, look at that. Nice. If you can hear the weather right now, it's a mixture of sleet, rain, and snow somehow. That's not the worst thing. I have personally eaten way worse camping, so no joke though, that's really good. And it's actually cooked through the whole way. So I brought 2 of the bratwursts, but I think when I inhaled the Popeyes before the hike, it kind of ruined my appetite. So I think 1 bratwurst was enough. So I might get ready for bed. I have to go pee. I really don't want to go outside because it is just a nasty wintry mix right now, but I'm not about to pee in my tent, so here we go. I'm gonna, oh man, the wind's back. The wind wasn't a thing for like the past 2 hours, 3 hours. It was bad when I got here, it died down. And now it's picking up again. Oh man, can't catch a break. All right, let's see what this night turns into, huh? I'm gonna go into bed and listen to a book and we'll go from there. It's a little after 7. I am tucked inside my new sleeping bag. It's insanely warm. I love this so much. Yeah, I mean, 7's too early to go to bed, but it's pitch black out. So I'm not going to be outside. Currently listening to an audiobook. I don't know. I mean, reading puts me to sleep, so I feel like an audiobook will do the same, right? Yeah, this will probably be it. I don't expect anything else to happen. So I will see you in the morning. And the morning might just be pitch black too, because sunrise is at 8. I'll see you in the pitch black morning. Good morning. It's like 5 in the morning. Sunrise isn't until 8. I tried waiting. I can't go back to sleep, so I don't think I'll be making breakfast or anything. I might get up slowly, and pack up, and get on my way. It is completely pitch black out. Might as well be 2 a.m. Gidok, camp is all packed up. Clearly still pitch black out. That is the Pacific Northwest for you. Going to start the hike down. It is always a cool experience to just be out in the middle of nowhere in the pitch black and just listen. So we're gonna do that. It's super cool because the snow sucks up all the sound. You really don't hear much. It's just like sensory deprivation. It's so neat. I think I'm about halfway home now. Made it back to that big bridge at the start. At this point, I'm essentially back at the truck. Completely beat sunrise. It's kind of twilighty, but the GoPro doesn't pick it up at all. Now I can hear the highway, so pretty sure the truck's just around the corner.